In this episode, we tour new additions to our base, set up 20 Nitro reactors that generate 10 million FE per tick, and set up the Mycelial reactor that generates 25 million FE per tick. Hey friends, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a nice day. We are back in our base now after setting up occultism in the mining dimension, and you might see that I added these things, but I actually don't like it, so I think I'm going to remove them. But let me show you what I built for occultism in here. So now it's all incorporated into our base and we can use it anytime we need. So I went ahead and set up a little room here with the spirit fire, and we have all of our rituals set up in here, and we can access them by elevators going down. So here's a diamond one, we have the circle one up there. Here's a square one. And then we have the one, whatever this one's called, and this one. So all 5 different pentacles are set up, except for this one down here, which is just to resurrect the familiar. And I don't think I need this. So I've just set up these 2 and then these 3 up here. So now we can use those whenever we need. And I'm happy to have that incorporated in our base. Okay, so moving on to the bulk of the episode for today, we're gonna need a lot of nether stars, and let's go check our drive to see how many we have. I think I have like 500,000 or 600,000. 539,000, and we're slowly getting more. I haven't confirmed yet, but it seems like the the ambered withers are producing less nether stars now for some reason. So I don't know why it seems that way, but maybe they nerfed it, maybe they didn't. To be confirmed later. But anyways, so I went ahead and got rid of all of our nether star generators because I didn't want to use nether stars to generate power anymore. So I replaced everything with Nitro Magmators, because since thermos were nerfed, it used to be that thermos would make, I think, around 50,000 FE per tick, but now that's all the way, with soul lava, it's down to like 15,000 FE per tick. So they're not as good anymore, whereas the Nitro Magmators give you 20,000 FE per tick. So I went ahead and replaced everything with those. We are stocking the interface with lava, and then that lava from our infinity lava cell. So we have infinite lava basically. And you can set this up really easily early game too by just putting hose pulleys inside of the nether, and you have infinite lava. So we went ahead and replaced those, and even though I added more, and so we have a bunch of these, each Magmator only produces less than a tenth the amount of power as each nether star generator, because those ones are producing like 260,000 FE per tick. So even with adding twice as many Magmators and also replacing these thermos on the sides with Magmators, we are making less than 1 million FE per tick, which means we're actually losing power slowly. So you can see that our FE cell is going down slowly but surely, and we need to fix that. So the other thing I wanted to make, the other source of power, is, you might have gotten a sneak hint when I looked in here, but we want to make the reactors from power. And so I've already gone ahead and made 720 of these, which is enough for 20 different reactors from power, and each one will produce 500,000 FE per tick, so that'll give us 10 million FE per tick. So if we take a look at Superfactory Manager and grab our label gun and go down here, you can see I made a little room where all the reactors will go. And these guys are a 3x3 base, and they're 4 tall. So this will be the center block for them all. When you place them, it's really easy. Like, it shows you the outline, and you just right click and it'll automatically build itself. And if we take a look at the network tool, you can see that underground, all of these green highlights are inventory cables that are going up and connecting to our controller, or our controller up there that's feeding all of the Magmators. So I'm going to use that same controller to also automate all of the Nitro reactors. And I want to keep things clean, so I want the inventory cables to be on the ground underneath, and that will access, there's another one of these in the middle underneath, just the same as the top. So we're going to insert with those, but if I wanted to access those, I would have to go underground so I can label it. But what you can do is, we'll go over here, and is this set up already? Let's turn that off. It is not. So let's go ahead and set up another one. So this one will be for Magmators, and then we'll do another one for Reactor. Okay. And then we'll do every 20 ticks and we will input from interface and output retain 1 to each reactor. Output retain 1 each to each reactor. Will that work? And okay, let's see if that'll work. And we will pull the labels from that guy. And I can label these as the reactor, the cobblestones. And that way we don't have to dig underground. So we can just do this. Oops. And the valve, or the whatever you want to call it, underneath the block, underneath the reactor is already labeled with these. So we'll do that and push labels to the manager. And we can go down here, remove all these guys. And even though the cobblestone is removed, you can see that the labels are still in the world. So when we build it like that, that bottom block will be labeled as our reactor, allowing Superfactory Manager to insert things inside of it. Okay, so these guys are being made. You can see that they are full. It's warming up. It's producing power. And the power should be going in there. So if we take a look at our FE cell, now it is filling up rather quickly. Okay, so that's as simple as that. So I am going to turn these guys on, so it'll stop. It will stop producing power once it's once it fills up, so it doesn't use up the resources. So you can see the uraninite is going in there. Our heat is ramping up still a little bit, so this guy's still increasing, or actually it's decreasing a little bit, but it's making about 150,000 FE per tick, which is weird. Oh, it doesn't have fluids. I think I need to put water in it. I don't have buckets, it looks like. What is the water internal bucket? Okay, so we put water in there. I don't think it uses the water, but now you can see that it's generating a lot more FE per tick. So that should ramp up to around 500,000 FE per tick. And we have dry ice, block of coal, redstone going. So let's give all of these guys a bucket of water. The power building up in here, because you can see it says there's almost, it's 500,000 out of 500 million stored. That's why it's small. Okay. So that guy will keep going. We're going to turn auto mode on for all of these as well. And then they should stop using resources once they fill up. The resources for these, it uses a fair bit of uraninite, but not a ton. we do have bees generating those, so I believe they should be able to keep up with that. So let's take a look at our uraninite. We have 92,000. We'll let it go for a bit, and I think just one hive of the bees should be able to keep up, but if not, we can, always make more. The uraninite isn't really that big of a concern. Neither are any of the other resources. And so the other ones are redstone, coal, dry ice, and I have dry ice in a requester terminal. So anytime we have less than 64 dry ice, it's going to make 256 more in our power setup down there. And the way we're getting ice is from ice seeds, ice essence. So that's all on autocrafts to make blue ice, and then the blue ice goes inside of the energizing orb from power, and that gets turned into dry ice. So if you see, if I pick those up where it's less than 64, it's going to start making more. You can see the crafting has started here. So it's making those 6 at a time, or 3 at a time. And then once the craft is done, those the numbers will get updated. Okay, so that is set up. Now we're getting 10 million FE per tick. Okay, so we got these guys set up. So these guys should be making around around 10 million FE per tick. Then these guys are making a little under 1 million, so we should be getting about 11 million FE per tick now, which is fine, but I do want more. And something I've always wanted to do is, I've actually never done it before, but I want to set up the industrial for going Mycelial reactor. And this guy will give us 25 million FE per tick. But in order for this to be active, we have to set up all the other reactors. So if you take a look in our quest book, yeah, here it is. So if you can set up this array of all the other, like all of these reactors, and automate them, and if they're active all at the same time, then the mycelial reactor will make 25 million FE per tick. So you can read about it here. So in the second half of this video, we are going to get that set up. And let me go ahead and clear a little area. I don't know exactly where I want to put it yet. I'll figure that out. So I'm going to set up a little area for it, and then most of the ones will be pretty easy to automate, but some of them will be a little bit more difficult, and we'll get that set up and make 25 million FE per tick. So let me go ahead and clear out a little area, build a little area for it, and we'll be back to continue with the video. Alrighty, we are back, and I did a little bit of building. This area was kind of flat, so I wanted to add a little bit of texture to make it nicer. So that's what I did, and I went with kind of a similar theme that we've been doing our whole base with. And if we go down here, I did the same thing in our Nitro reactor room. And if we go down one more, we have this room over here, which we will set up our mycelial reactor. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to, basically the way this works, it's easiest to show you through the quests. Industrial Foregoing has a bunch of these mycelial generators that produce pretty low amounts of power. But if you have all of them going at the same time near the mycelial reactor, and if they're all running continuously, the mycelial reactor will generate 25 million RF per tick. So that's what we're going to set up today, and it's honestly pretty easy to automate and get going. So first, we need all of the mycelial generators. So let's go ahead and make those. I don't know why I came up here, but I did. All of these are going to require these machine frames. So let's go ahead and make some of those. I believe we'll need a few of the advanced ones. So let's just say 11 of those guys, and then a handful of the simple ones. I don't think any of the supreme ones we need. We do need a furnace. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make these. We need, ooh, do we have milk? Let's go ahead and set up our milk thing. This holds 32 buckets. That should be okay. Let's just set that over here. Okay, so with the cow guy set up, we should be getting milk inside of our system, and this will build up to 32 buckets, which should be okay. If it's not, then we can always make a cell so it can, you know, it can do more. But that is taken care of. Looks like we don't have buckets. All right, so I have 11 of them made. The last one we need is the Meatallurgic one, which will require liquid meat. And in order for this to run, it requires, it doesn't show here, but it does require liquid meat to run. And we've been trashing that. So let's go ahead and start saving it. And in the same fluid drive that we're keeping all of our industrial foregoing things, I'll look for liquid meat and we'll add that guy over here so we can start saving it. So now liquid meat will go in there as well. And we need to set up. I'm going to remove these guys. We need to set this guy to go into our system. So here where we're trashing it, we will get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. That should be okay. And if we take our remote, turn on the mop farm, we are now getting meat in our system. Okay, so there is our last one. And let's go ahead and make the reactor as well. Okay, now we have just about everything we need. So the mycelial reactor we will place in the center. And then these guys, I'd like to do a ring. Actually, let's do this. We'll grab an exchanging gadget, copy the super factory manager guy. We need a 5 by 5. Or I guess I should have gone a little bit bigger, but. Okay, and we'll go super factory manager. We need that guy, program disk. So let's put our manager here. And we have our interface. And these guys need to also connect. Make sure your inventory cables are connected. All right, that is set up. So let's go ahead and place down all of these reactors. I'm going to do 2 in each corner, like so. Okay. That is almost all set up. We are nearly there. So let's go ahead and do this. So first we want to store power in here, and I'll keep that at 500,000 should be okay. Oh, let's do 1 million. We will need Lava. Let's do 4 buckets of those. We will need milk. Let's do 4 buckets of those. We will also need liquid meat. And we will need XP fluid. Four packets of those. Okay. So those guys are all set up. And then if you look over here on the left side, I've bookmarked all of the different things that we're going to need in order to put them in these things to automate them. And the way it works, like the rocket one is going to use a rocket, and then the rocket goes in there and it produces power. And each one uses a different thing. So the Meatallurgic one will use meat and any kind of ingot. The furnace one just smelts coal or whatever you want. The slime one does slime and milk. So you have to automate them all individually, and then the mycelial reactor will generate 25 million FE per tick. So all of these things we're going to put in here as well. And we will have to make sure we set a requester to keep all of these in stock. So you can see already some things we are lacking. And let's go ahead and just keep 10 in stock of everything. Okay, those guys are set up. Let's go ahead and take a look at our requester panel. And we're going to need a few things. Blue ice, we want to keep 64. And let's just make 64 at a time, that's fine. Let's go 256. Okay, so that should be set up. Gunpowder, we have pink dye. We want 64. 256. Remember to click the submit changes. Rocket, we also want. And these warped blocks. Warped. Say that 5 times fast. And you see these ones are red because they don't have crafting patterns for them. So this is easy, and this is also easy. Do we have bone? We do have bone. And everything else is good. I think. I hope. We'll figure it out soon enough. The other thing we need is the Enchanting factory. Enchantment factory. And this guy is required. And this guy is required for the disenchantment generator, which is here. So let's go ahead and put this guy like so. It's going to kind of annoy me. We want to set the enchantment level to 1, so it uses the least amount of experience. And we'll put a book inside of there. And what we want this guy to do is the output, the orange one, we want to push to the front. So as soon as this book gets enchanted, it's going to go into the disenchantment generator. And then that will go in here. It'll pull the enchantment off, and then we'll get a normal book in the output. And we want to push that back. We want to push that back to the enchantment factory. So this one book is going to cycle through all of those. All right, the first thing we want to do, now if we look at these, all of the items are filled up. So let's go ahead and write our code. Every tick do, we're going to input FE from generator, and we're going to output FE to the interface. And we want to make sure the FE that's generated by these generators gets taken out too, because if it fills up with power, it's going to stop working, and that'll turn off our mycelial reactor because they have to be running continuously. So we want to do that, input it from the generators as well. And then we will do every 20 ticks do. This is really simple. Input all the items from interface, and we're going to output to generator top side. We'll pull those labels. Here's the interface. Here are all the generators. And we'll label the mycelial reactor as generator as well. Okay, so once we push that in, we hear noises. We get all kinds of effects. We're going to stop the explosion effect. Let's say 6 blocks. Okay, so most of these guys are running, but you can see now we need fluid, we need milk in here. Oh, I don't want to put everything in there. I want to output retain 1 each to generator. And this has been optimized in the latest version of Super Factory Manager. So you need Super Factory Manager 4.21 or 4.20 works as well. So this will keep 1 of everything that it has input from the interface in each generator. So we can take that out. Now you can see it only keeps 1 slime ball in there. So we can, I like to do it that way just so it's not keeping a bunch of stuff in there for no reason. So let's do that. Okay, now let's handle the fluids. So we are going to put a forget and input fluid from interface, and we're going to output the lava to, I think that one's the, which one's the lava? The magma mycelial generator. So we're going to output lava to magma top side, output fluid milk to slimy top side, and we will output fluid XP fluid to Enchanter top side. I believe XP fluid is XP fluid, right? This one might not work. Oh, we need the meat as well. Okay, so again, this one I will probably have to fix. We might have to do that with a tag, because the XP fluid is really awkward and weird. But we have lava, milk, and meat that will go into Magma, Slimy, and Meatallurgic. Let's go ahead and label those. And I'm going to press, so with the new Super Factory Manager, you see how there's like labels everywhere? You can press Alt, so it only shows the ones that you're looking at, just to keep your thing clean. So here's the slimy one. And we want the Meatallurgic is over there. And the magma is over there. And the Enchanter is over there. So we push those in. Let's see if XP fluid goes in here. It does not. But you can see now the Slimy one is running, the Meatallurgic is running, and the Magma one should be running as well. So it's almost all set up. Let's fix XP Fluid. Okay, actually, XP Fluid Source is the name ID for it. And if you guys are confused on that, you want to go ahead and press F3H to enable advanced tooltips. And when you take a look at an item, it's not the name that appears commonly, like at the top where it says XP space fluid. What you want to look for is just below that, it says just dire things :XP underscore fluid underscore source. That is the name ID. So when you're typing in Super Factory Manager, like lava, like milk, meat, all of these things, that is the name you're looking for. So this thing would be called XP underscore tap. And then the thing that comes before that is obviously the name of the mod. And the way it works is if you don't include anything, items are assumed by default. So this is the same as, if we go down here, it's the same as Super Factory Manager : every single mod. I'm sorry, items : every single mod : every single item. So that picks it up. But if you wanted to, let's say, grab items from Minecraft and you want oak chest, this is how you would do it. But if you omit it, it just includes everything. So when we're doing something like fluid : lava, this is the same as SFM fluid every single mod lava. If you wanted lava from only security craft, you could do security craft : lava, and that would only take that lava. So that's how that works, if you guys were unfamiliar. But this is all set up now. This guy should be working, but this needs power. And we will also output FE2. The Enchanter top side, I guess. Bottom side, just in case. Let's include the sides. Okay, so you can see the book is going to get enchanted. It goes over here. The enchantment comes out of it. It comes back. So now once this timer runs out, you can see that this, which one is not running? Oh, the potion. The potion is also easy to do. Let's take care of that. It's easy because you don't actually have to put a push in there. You can just put a water thing. So let's make a recipe for a water bottle. And that's easy enough. We have water essence. So we will put that guy here, and let's keep, I guess 10 of them in stock. I will make a stack at a time. I don't want too many of those. And we need to keep that stocked in here. Okay, so you can see we got the little animation, I guess, up here. And so now this guy is producing 25 million FE per tick, which is going in here. You can see this is full immediately. But where's the rest of our FE going? Okay, but you can see that's pretty easy to automate. And now we have 25 million FE per tick being generated. But this turned off again. So I'll show you guys this, how it works. As soon as this runs out, I guess there's 15 more seconds left. We'll have to be quick and quickly switch to the Enchanter so I can show that. So you can see it'll go here and disappear immediately. And then the book comes here and gets enchanted again and goes back over here. So that one book just cycles in between, and we have it enchantment level 1, so it only uses 140 millibuckets. of experience. Okay, so all of those are running. And then let me show you cable facades from Super Factory Manager. If we grab the network tool and put that in our hand, and we grab an item like this thing, we put the network tool in our offhand, and then we right click. Again, you can press Alt on your network tool to toggle the appearance of the cables. But you just right click with an item and you can facade your Super Factory Manager cables. So we just do that, and we don't have to see those either. I believe, I guess we can't facade the manager. Okay, so that is set up. And one more thing before I leave you guys for this episode, let's go ahead and make our FE storage a little bit bigger so we can store more power. Because right now we have the 16 million one, but I went ahead and made a 256 mil energy component. So let's take this guy out for a moment, and we'll, I guess only empty ones can be. Let's put that guy back. We need an FE cell housing. All right, and you can see that is filling up very, very quickly. So now everything should be running. All of our Magmators, which are producing 1 million FE per tick. So these guys are going to start running. All of these will be running because we have power somewhere to go. So these reactors are producing 10 million RF per tick. And this guy should be producing 25 million RF or FE per tick, except it's not for some weird reason. Oh, we need to move those bottles. That makes sense. So let's do a forget, and then input from potion, I guess. Bottom side, or input and then output to interface. We want to input glass bottle. And let's go ahead and pull the labels. Do that. Okay. Now it's back to running. And if we take a look at our FE, we already have 28, 29 million, or billion, 31, 32. So it's going up pretty fast. And this will run continuously. Just make sure, yep, we are chunk loaded. And we can empty this FE cell by using our IO port. We'll put that in there. And this will empty out into our, look how fast that's going. Boom. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We now have about 36 million FE per tick power generation. That should be plenty for everything we need. But of course, we are going to set up the fusion reactor as well. And we will have to set up an extreme reactor also at some point. So those will give us even more power that I don't know what we'll do with. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.